Hi guys, in this video we are going to discuss about problems involving sets. Of course, we have our objectives. After watching this video, you will be able to solve problems involving sets using Venn diagram, and you will be able to apply set operations to solve a variety of word problems. Okay, what is Venn diagram? Venn diagram is a principal way of showing sets diagrammatically. This method consists primarily of entering the elements of a set into a circle or circles. It can be used to solve word problems involving a union and intersection of sets. Okay, in solving set operations using the Venn diagram, the following are the steps to be followed. Number 1. Determine what is given and what are being asked. Number 2. Illustrate using the Venn diagram. Number 3. Determine what operations to be used. Number 4. Use the operations. And number 5. Answer the questions being asked. Alright guys, I want you to memorize all of the steps. Alright? Okay, let us take this example. Let A and B be two finite sets such that the cardinal number of A is 20 and the cardinal number of B is 28 and the cardinal number of the union A and B is 36. Find the cardinal number of the intersection of A and B. Alright, solution. Applying the steps. Number 1. Determine what is given and what are being asked. Okay, these are the given. Alright. The cardinal number of A is 20. Then the cardinal number of B is 28. And the cardinal number of their union is 36. And this is what is being asked. So, the cardinal number of the intersection of A and B. Okay, step 2. Illustrate using Venn diagram if possible. Alright, so this is the Venn diagram. This in our given, we are asked to find the cardinal number of the intersection of A and B. Okay, so therefore, the two sets here are joint. Okay, so meaning there are common elements in both sets. Okay, now, set A is being represented by this circle here. Okay, yeah, and set B is being represented by this circle here, and their intersection is being represented by this area here, this region. All right, now let's proceed. Okay, step 3. Determine what operations to be used. Okay, so this is the operations or the formula that we are going to use. The cardinal number of their union, A and B, is equal to the cardinal number of A and plus the cardinal number of B, subtracted by the cardinal number of the intersection of A and B. Okay, take note guys, this is what is being asked in the problem. So this is the unknown variable. Alright, so we need to rearrange this one into the unknown variable. Okay, these are the process. Alright, so we need to eliminate these two variables here so that what will remain in this side of the formula will be the unknown variable. So these two variables will be eliminated by adding both sides by its additive inverse. Alright, so this is the additive inverse of this variable, and this is also the additive inverse of this variable. Okay, so we need to add both sides in order not to alter or not to change the formula. Okay, alright. Now, applying the concept of addition of integers, when we add different sign, the result will be equal to 0. Alright? So since this is similar variables, so we can eliminate these two. Okay, so this will be eliminated and this will be eliminated. So what will remain in this side is the unknown variable that we are looking for. Okay, so since in the other side we do not have the same variable, so what are we going to do is copy everything. Okay, then copy also the remaining variable in the other side. Now, take note, since the unknown variable is a negative, so we need to make this one a positive. So we need to divide both sides by -1. And applying the concept of division of integers, when we divide the same sign, the result is positive. And when we divide different sign, the result is negative. So this will become negative, this will become positive, this will become positive, and this will become positive. Okay? So, reversing the positions of this formula, okay, this is what will happen. So, we are now deriving to the unknown variable. So, okay, this formula we are going to use in order to find or to obtain this unknown variable here, the one being asked in the problem. Alright? Now, this is it. By substitution, okay, we substitute the value of this variable, which is 20. This is 28 and this is 36. Then, simplify. So, this will become 48. Then, bring it down. Then, simplify. So, the difference is 12. So, therefore, the cardinal number of the intersection of A and B is 12. Meaning, there are 12 elements and common to both sets. Right? Then, step number 4. Use the operations. Okay, so this is now the Venn diagram. Okay, we use the operations. So, this is it. Alright? So, this is set A, this is set B, and this is their intersection. Okay? Take note, based on the given value, the cardinal number of set A is equal to 20. So, therefore, since we already have 12 here, so we must add only 8 in this area. So, the total is 20, and we are correct. So, with the other set B, so since we already have 12 here, and this area is also included to set B, so we need to add 16 to make it 28 based on our given. If we are going to sum it up, the result is 36 and we are correct. Alright, now step number 5, answer the questions being asked. Alright, okay, this is the question being asked. The cardinal number of the intersection A and B, and that is equal to 12. Alright, now next example. In a junior high school, 200 students were randomly selected. 140 like tea, 120 like coffee, and 80 like both tea and coffee. Alright. Okay, these are the questions. How many students like only tea? How many students like only coffee? And how many students like neither tea or coffee? Right. Solution. Step 1, determine what is given and what are being asked. So based on the problem, these are the given data. We have 200 junior high school students, then 140 students who like tea, 120 students who like coffee, and 80 students who like both tea and coffee. So guys, it is very clear based on our given here that there are 80 students like both. So meaning the sets here are joint. Okay, and since we have only 2 drinks mentioned, so meaning we have 2 sets involved. Alright, and these are the things being asked. Alright, now step 2, illustrate using the Venn diagram. Okay, but before that, we will let T equal to set of students who like only tea, and we'll let C students who like only coffee, and we'll let X set of students who like neither tea nor coffee. Alright, so summary of the given. So in order for you not to confuse, so we have the number of students 200, number of students who like coffee only, number of students who like tea only rather, and number of students who like coffee only, and number of students who like both. Okay, and this is the Venn diagram. Okay, so again, this circle is represented by T, and this circle is represented by Z. Then This variable represented those students who do not like both. Alright? And this region here represented the intersection of both sets. Okay, meaning there are 80 out of 200 students like both tea and coffee. Alright. So, determine what operations to be used. Okay? So, this is the intersection, the summary of the given. Now, to obtain T. Okay, this one. Okay. So, this is the operations. So, T is equal to 140. Okay, the total based on the given. The entire circle here, 140. Subtracted by the intersection, which is 80. Okay, so what the difference now is 60. So, meaning the value of T, this area here, is 60. So, meaning there are only 60 students who like T only. Alright, now to obtain C, the operation to be used is this one. C is equal to 120, the total of this circle based on the given, subtracted by the intersection, which is 80. So the difference is 40. So meaning to say that there are 40 students who like coffee only. Then, to obtain X, these are the operations. X is equals to 200, the overall total, subtracted by the total of these three. We have T plus C plus 80. Then by substitution, right? Then simplify. Okay, the sum of this is 180. Okay, subtracted from 200, the difference now is 20. So meaning to say that there are only 20 students who do not like both tea and coffee. Alright, then use the operations. Okay, now the number of elements in each region is shown below. Okay, so 60, T, then this is C, 40, then the intersection is 80, then this is X. Now we will answer the questions being asked. How many students like only T? Based on the illustration here, there are 60 students. Then how many students like only coffee? So it is very clear that there are 40 students who like coffee. Then how many students like neither tea nor coffee? So it is very clear, 20 students who do not like both tea and coffee. Alright, then again summary of the given. Then example number 3. A group of 25 high school students were asked whether they use either Facebook or Twitter or both. Then 15 of these students use Facebook and 12 use Twitter. Alright, then these are the questions need to be answered. Okay, now step 1. So there is no writings here. So I want you to memorize step by step. So step 1, determine what are given and what are being asked. The solution. So these are the given based on the given data here. Then these are the things being asked. Alright. Then step 2, illustrate using Venn diagram. But before that, we will let any letters. For example, let F is equal to set of students who use Facebook only. Then we'll let T, set of students who use Twitter only. And we'll let B, set of students who use both social networking sites. Alright, then these are the summary of the given. Total number of students, we have 25. Total number of students, 15 who use Facebook only. And the total number of students, 12 who use Twitter only. Okay, and for B, this is the total number who use both. Okay, now this is the Venn diagram. Alright, so our sets are joined because we have the intersection, because there are a number of students who like both. Okay, now step 3, determine what operations to use. Alright, so these are the summary of the given. Now to obtain B, let us first compute the intersection. Okay, so the operations to be used. we have B is equal to the sum of F and T, and we have the given 15 and 12 subtracted by the number of students. Okay, this is the process by substitution. So 15 plus 12, that is equals to 27, then minus 25. B therefore is equal to 2, meaning there are 2 students use both social networking sites. Alright, now to obtain F. Okay, so this is the operation. F is equals to 15, the total, the overall total of set F, 15, subtracted by the intersection B, and that is 2. So therefore the difference is 13. So meaning to say that there are 13 students who use Facebook only. Now to obtain T, this is the operation to be used. T is equals to 12, the overall total of this circle based on the given, subtracted by the intersection, which is 2. In 12 minus 2, the difference is 10. So meaning to say that there are 10 students who like Twitter only, or who use Twitter only. Alright, now step 4, use the operations. So these are the number of elements in each region shown in this Venn diagram. So 13 students use Facebook only, then 10 students who use Twitter only, and there are 2 students who use both. Alright, okay, now summary of the given. Then step number 5, answer the questions being asked. Okay, these are the questions. How many use Facebook only? So it's very clear here. It's 13 students. Then how many use Twitter only? So it's very clear here. It's 10 students. Then how many use both social networking sites? So it is very clear here. It's 2. Alright. Next example. A group of 50 students went for a tour in South Cotabato province. Out of 50 students, 24 joined the trip in Lake Cebu for a zipline experience. 18 went to the flower farm in Tupi. 20 went to Shock Falls in Coronadal City. 12 joined the trip to Lake Cebu and Tupi. 15 went to Tupi and Shock Falls, and 11 made a trip to Lake Cebu and Shock Falls, and 10 visited the 3 tourist spots. Now, if you are going to analyze the given, guys, there are 3 places mentioned. The Coronadal, then Lake Cebu, and Tupi. So, then there are students who visited both places, or 2 places, and there are also students who visited the 3 places. So, it is very clear that the 3 seats here are joint. Alright? Now, applying step 1. These are the things being asked. Right? So, we will do the same. We will apply the steps. Step number 1. Okay, determine what are given and what are being asked. So, these are the things are given. And these are the things being asked. Alright? Okay, step 2. Illustrate using Venn diagram. Okay, but before that, we will let any letters, for example, LKT, number of students visited the 3 tourist spots, the lake in Coronadal and Tupi. Then we'll let L, the number of students who visited Lake Cebu only. Then let T, number of students who went to Tupi only. Then we'll let K, number of students who went to Coronadal City only. Then we'll let LT, number of students who joined the trip to Lake Cebu and Tupi only. Then we'll let TK, number of students who went to Tupi and Coronadal City only. Then LK, number of students who went to Lake Cebu and Coronadal City only. Then N, number of students who did not see any of the 3 tourist spots. Okay, so there are a group of students here did not visit the 3 places. Alright. Okay, so this is now the Venn diagram. Alright, now the 3 circles here represented using capital letters. We have the Coronadal K. Okay, this entire circle here. Then we have set L, the entire circle here. Then set T, the entire circle here. Alright, and then the intersection of L and K is represented by LK. Okay, so this area here, this one, meaning LKT is included to L key. Then the intersection of L and T is represented by LT. So this area here, this is the intersection of L and T. And for T key, the intersection is this area here. And for the intersection of the three circles is represented by the L key T. So right here, okay, at the center. So these are the summary of the given in order for you not to confuse. Alright, so for step 3, we're going to compute mentally to obtain all the values of this variable here. But there are one variable that is fixed, having fixed value, and that is LKT. This is fixed because the value here, the number of students here visited the 3 tourist spots. So if we're going to do compute mentally, we need to fill up this first. Okay, and based on the given, that is 10. Alright, now, next, we need to fill up the intersection, alright, before this area here. Again, we need to fill up this one first. It's up to you which of this we are going to determine first, alright, but in our case, let's first determine the value of L key. Since L key, based on the given, is 11, and we already have 10 here, so meaning to say L key is 1. Alright, then LT based on the given value is 12. Then since we already have 10 here, so LT is 2. Then TK based on the given, we have 15. So we already have 10 here, so TK therefore is 5. Okay, next, we need to determine this area here. It's up to you which of these you're going to determine first. But in our case here, let us first determine the value of L. Okay, L based on the given, the total is 24, meaning the entire of the circle is 24. So we already have the values here. The total is 13, meaning to say 13 will be subtracted from the overall total, which is 24, and that is 11. Okay, so this is now the value here of L, 11. Then so with T based on the given value is 18. Then the overall total here is 18. Since we already have the values here, which is 17, so 17 will be subtracted from 18, and that is 1. Alright? Then, for K, based on the given, we have 20. So, meaning to say the overall total here is 20. So, since we have already 16, so that means K is 4. Alright? Then, for N, how to determine this one? Very simple. Just add everything here, then the total will be subtracted from the overall total of students. That means the total here is 34, so meaning 50 minus 34, so N therefore is 16. Okay, right. Okay, this is it, 16. Okay, then step number 5, answer the questions being asked. So how many students went to Lake Cebu only? Lake Cebu. Okay, so there are 11 students. Then how many of the students went to Tupi only? Okay, so there is only 1 student. Then how many joined the Shuk trip in Coronadal City only? So there are 4 students. Then how many did not go to any of the tourist spots? Okay, did not go. So meaning did not visit the 3 places here. So that is 16 students. Alright, then thank you very much. Thank you for listening, and I hope you learned something, guys. Okay, then see me in the next video. Happy learning!